The other feature that I want to show you is called tweening. Tweening. It's a sort of slang for between. Create frames between a couple of others that already exist. In this case, in frame 4, the ball is down here. In frame 5, the ball is up there. And so I can activate either one of these frames, the next to the last one or the last one. It could be any other frame in my palette as well. I'm just picking the last couple for convenience sake. And I will come here to what's called the tween, or the between button, right there. And I will click it. It will say, okay, what do you want me to do? I want you to create a set of frames to show a transition between the last one, number 5, in this case, the previous one, which would be number 4. All layers, I can add how many frames I want it to automatically add in. Here's the parameters, what I want it to transition for me. Position, opacity, effects, all of that. And so I will say go ahead with the default of 5 frames, and you will see 5 brand new frames pop up in between these couple that I already have. And there you see it. And now when I play, watch what happens. It goes up and we start to see sort of a transition. This did kind of a funny transition, I must admit. It seems to have transitioned between, let's stop this. I'm going to Command Z, and let me go back to tweening, and I will say the previous frame, which was number 4. So I expected it to go between number 4 and 5, that it would just slowly transition up to here. But it seems to be creating kind of a funny sort of thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and show you one more option. I'll create number 6. I'll duplicate number 5. And in number 6, excuse me, I will lower the opacity of the image. Okay? So I'm going to duplicate number 5 over here in my layers palette. So I've got a new one. Okay? And in this one, the last one, I'm going to lower the opacity down to very, very low. And there you see. So the last frame, the image is almost invisible. In the previous frame, we could see it fully. So I'm going to go down to my new animation frame, number 6. And in number 6, I want this version, which is almost faded out. Okay? So, let's see. My first cell, somehow I've got a little bit of a mix-up here, so I want to turn that off. In my second animation frame, there's number 2, then there's 3, 4, 5, and then 6, which essentially has no image at all at the moment. Okay? So what I think I'm going to do is turn on the faded one. Okay, so for number 5 has it fully, and then number 6 it fades out. Okay, and what I'm going to do is now go back to the tween and say add 4 frames, and it just did that for me. And you can see the little transition to fading out. And so now I'll play it, it'll bounce, and then fade out. There you go. And so that's just one of many things that you can do with the tweening button to make a transition take place. Okay, and we'll stop there, and we'll follow up with another one that deals with some of saving our images for the web, our animated GIFs.